Okay, welcome back to Ten Island Gaming. Today we have a little bit of a special matchup. We have a new player, new island gamer. So we're doing an intro game, 3,000 points. We on our side are doing 1,500 points Chaos Dwarfs and then 1,500 points Chaos Warriors versus 3,000 points of Dark Elves because that's his first army. So I'm going to start presenting, we're doing battle line by the way, start presenting the Chaos Dwarfs, led by a level 4 Sorcerer Prophet with Chalice of Blood and Darkness, and he has the Lore of Hashut, and that's it, couldn't fit anything more in. And then for hero choice I have an Infernal Castellan, he has the Mask of the Furnace, he is the BSB, and also has an Iron Curse icon and Great Weapon. For core, I have 21 Infernal Guards with full command, and then 24 Hobgoblins with bows. For special, 1 unit of 3 Kidai Fireborn, and then for rare, 1 Kidai Destroyer. For spells, my level 4 Sorcerer Prophet rolled up. Let's see. He rolled up. I'm gonna film them so you can see if you want. Burning Wrath, Curse of Hashut, Ash Storm, and then Flames of Asgore.
Right, continuing on our side, this is my Warriors of Chaos army. I have Festus, the Leech Lord. He rolled off Miasma of Pestilence and Rancid Visitation. Then for core I have 23 Warriors of Chaos Warriors. They have full command and also Banner of Swiftness. They have Halberds and Mark of Nurgle. Then I have 3 Chariots, Mark of Nurgle, 5 Knights, only with standard, and 1 Giant of Nurgle. That's my small but very efficient army.
There's our Dark Elves army, 3,000 points. They are led by Morati, and her friend Hellbrun is also with us. We have a Death Hag for BSB with Sword of Ogre Blade. We have for core 35 Witch Elves, 5 Dark Riders and 10 Dark Shards with the Banner of Eternal Flame. For special, 25 Executioners with the Banner of Swiftness, 2 Chariots, 3 Bolt Throwers, and 1 Hydra with the Fire upgrade, 2 Doom Bolts. And for spells, Chill Wind, Word of Pain, Blade Wind and Doom Bolt. Movement phase, Dark Elves turn 1. Moved everything up to close the gap. Over to Wheels of Magic and Shooting. The Magic and the Shooting phase managed to take off 3 wounds on the Giant and 6 wounds on the Goblins there. Over to the Dark side.
So, Chaos turn 1. Charges to declare. We charged the Knights into his chariot over here and got a really long charge and made it. This chariot here could actually charge the Doomfire Warlock. They were in arc, so they took the opportunity. Then were there any more charges? Yeah, over here this chariot also managed a long charge against the Hydra, and the Kidai failed the leadership test due to frenzy, so he had to charge and just moved up 3 inches. Otherwise, I think we just shuffled around over here, moved up the Fireborn, shuffled around here to get some better view for the mage to shoot down his main unit over here, and the giant went on the flank just to hide. Now it's on to Winds of Magic and shooting. Winds of Magic, first we started off casting Rancid Visitation and killed 4 of the witches, 3, he saved 1. And then we tried to cast the big version of Flames of Asgore on the same unit, but yeah, we failed by 1, so quite unlucky. For shooting we also did 1 wound, but he managed to save it on that unit. And now it's on to close combat. The close combat we kind of whiffed. Over here we did like 2 impacts hit. At the end of the combat it was a tie. He did 2 wounds to me and I did 1 to him, but charged. Over here I did 2 wounds and 1 combat by 4, but he stayed anyway. And here I didn't whiff, but he saved a lot of hits. I think he saved 6 wounds in this combat. So at the end I only won by 1, but he managed to stay around. Now it's on to Dark Elves turn 2.
Dark Elves turn 2. Failed the leadership here with Hellbrand twice. I had to charge the chariot there. Not that good. Moved up the Dark Riders, doing bolts. Yeah, shuffled around. Over to Magic and shooting. Magic phase. I killed 1.5 fireboy there. Got on Word of Pain here, lowered everything by 1. In the shooting phase, 1 wound on the giants. Over to this combat. Those. In the combat phase, Hellborn killed the chariot. I did 1 wound here, he did none back, so it was a tie because of his banner. Over there he killed 1 warlock, but I managed to stay. Yeah, over to the bad guys.
Cows turn 2. For charges, we managed to get a really long charge in with the Chaos Warriors into the executioners here. And then the chariot over here failed the charge into the Doomfire Warlocks. The rest of the movement phase, the Fireborn just moved up here to mess a bit with his reform next turn. The Hobgoblins moved up so that in the next turn could block a charge from the witches. And then the Destroyer moved around back here to help out on this side where the main combat will be. The giant is just hiding behind the building here. On to Winds of Magic and shooting. For magic and shooting, magic phase, I actually started by using the Chalice of Blood and Darkness. Hope to remove his die more than mine because he had 4 and I had 7. But it was an equal there. But I managed to get off Ash Storm on this unit, so they treat all terrain as dangerous terrain now, which is good. And then for shooting, the Hobgoblins killed 6 of the witches. 4 of the witches. 4 of the witches. Yep. On to close combat. End of Chaos turn 2. The chariot finally managed to kill off the Doomfire Warlocks and reformed, facing inwards again. This never-ending combat is still a stalemate. Nothing happened. No wounds on either side. And then here the Chaos Warriors killed off 6 of the Executioners. Had 2 wounds in return, but they managed to hold on a leadership of 5. So they stand put. Over to Dark Elves turn 3.
Dark Elves turn 3. I messed up a little bit. I charged with the Hydra and Marathi into the Warriors of Chaos, but yeah, both was in front arc, so only one could manage to get in. The chariot did a combat reform with the witches. I think 4 died because of Ash Storm. Yeah, moved up, Doomfire, Dark Riders. Phase, I got off Blade Wind, lower there, a bunch of things with 2.
Word of Pain.
What did I say? Word of Pain.
Blade Wind.
Yeah, Word of Pain, I mean, yeah. Yeah, nothing else happened. Move to close combat. In the combat phase, Nothing happened here, no wounds. Over here, they needed double one to stay. Killed 3 of mine. We caught them with the chariot there. Over to those guys. Turn 3.
The charges we had was this chariot into the flank of his chariot here. The Kadai moved into the executioners as well as the hobgoblins. And otherwise we just shuffled around, moved up the general unit slightly and also the chariot over here. Now it's on to Winds of Magic and shooting. In the magic phase we got 4 dice and they got 4 dispel dice. We threw on Ash Storm and then we used the Chalice of Blood and Darkness and removed 3 dice from them so they couldn't dispel it. Now it's on to close combat. Close combat phase here. The Kadai and the hobgoblins destroyed the executioners. They needed double ones but didn't make it and yeah, we caught them. Then the Kadai overran into the chariot and together with the impact hit from this cow's chariot they killed that one. Reformed as you see and in this combat the knights killed the chariots finally. Now it's over to Dark Elves turn 4.
Dark Elves turn 4. 1 charge only, the Hydra into the goblins there. Otherwise just moved up the shaft a little bit. Moved away the archers from the bolt throwers. Over to magic and shooting. In the magic phase I tried to 6 dice the big version of Doombolt from the Doomfires there. Didn't get it, nothing else happened. Killed 1 knight with the bolt throwers. Over to this combat here. Combat phase, I wiped them, no wounds back. Over to cows.
Cows. Cows Horde, turn 4. For charges, we got 1 of the chariots into the bolt thrower.
Yeah.
Bolt thrower. Here. The knights also tried, but they actually rolled 1, 2, 2, so they failed the charge. Only moved 2 inches forwards. This chariot here tried to charge the Doomfire Warlocks, but failed. And then the Kadai moved up to face where the action will be. Shuffled back with the Infernal Guards. And the giant is still hiding behind the building. On to Winds of Magic and shooting. Tried to cast the big version of Flames of Asgore somewhere around here. Failed with 1, and then nothing else happened. We don't have any shooting left, so we just move on to the single close combat we have down here. The chariot killed the bolt thrower and then overcharged into the next one behind. On to Dark Elves turn 5.
Dark Elves turn 5. No charges to declare. Just moved up everything to get closer to those small guys there. Over to Winds of Magic and shooting. In the magic phase I got off the big version of Doombolt on this one here. I think did 7 wounds, but he saved 6 of them on 4 up. In the shooting phase, yeah, nothing happened. He killed the bolt thrower and reformed. Over to cows turn 5.
Cows turn 5. We had some charges over here. We failed with the chariot into his archers here. The knights made it into the bolt thrower. Over here the Kadai destroyer made a failed charge against the archers here. The Kadai Fireborn also failed, so nothing touched the archers this turn. Apart from that, the chariot charged into the flank of the fast cav, and then we moved up the giant as you see, and also backed down slightly. That was everything, and now it's on to Winds of Magic and shooting.
For Winds of Magic, we got off Ash Storm again on this unit, so they will do nothing this game because next turn is their last. And then I also got on the Dark Subjugation on the crossbowman. Leadership test on -3, but he passed it because of the BSB. On to close combat. For close combat, here the chariot killed off the Dark Riders and just stayed. And then down here the warriors, or the knights, sorry, killed the last bolt thrower and turned up. Now we're moving on to Dark Elves. Last turn 6.
Turn 6 actually. Try to hide everything from their last turn and hopefully get on some spells on the Kedai there. Over to shooting, now over to Winds of Magic. And shooting. The game for Dark Elves actually managed to get this one down to half its points. Yeah, that's all. Over to last turn for Chaos.
Last turn for the Chaos Horde. We had a couple of chargers trying to get as many points as possible because it's the last turn and I think we're losing as it is. The giant into the crossbowmen, what are they called?
Dark Shards.
Dark Shards. They did a stand and shoot reaction. Killed or made one more wound to the giant, so he's down to 1. Then the knights also into the flank, and then a failed charge on the Fireborn, also towards the Dark Shards.
Again.
No charge into the witch unit because you never want to fight the witches. Then just moved away the Kedai and the chariot here to avoid any potential scatter of a template that might be coming. On to Winds of Magic and shooting. The magic phase, I just tried to 6 dice the Flames of Asgore, somewhere around here, but I didn't get enough on the dice, so nothing happened in the magic phase. It's now down to this close combat to get our points back. We'll see. Okay, end of turn 6 for Chaos, last turn of the game. The giant and the knights actually wiped out the Dark Shards without the giant being killed in the process. That was great for us. In the end, what was remaining for Chaos was the Destroyer, a chariot, the Infernal Guard, who still hasn't seen combat after 6 games, a small unit of Fireborn, the Knights, the Giant, and another chariot. And for Dark Elves, he had the Hydra, this monster unit with characters, VSB, the Cauldron, and all the witches. A few, what are they called? Doomfire Warlocks, and then Morati on her steed here. So at the end, it was actually a extremely minor victory for Dark Elves. It was 35 points or so at the end. So basically a draw. We decided to not charge into the witch unit in the end. We wanted to do it, but you can't go into witches. It's such a silly unit to play with. It's so ridiculous. Cheating. But our rookie player actually won his first game. He rolled a couple of dice very well. And then from next, I think we go back to normal battles again. Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.